What do people in business, here's a riddle for you, that's what I was supposed to say. What do people in business, politicians in Washington, and people on Facebook have in common? Yes, they don't listen. They're so big. Plant into the audience. Effective listening is the heartbeat of any organization. When people in your organization are not listening, the organization is dying. Some go slowly, some have massive heart attacks. In 2004, McDonald's had their first negative quarter ever. They became the hamburger joint everybody loved to hate. They were guilty of nutritional malpractice, the crime, supersizing it. About the same time, Ford parts became so incompatible that if you bought a Ford in Vancouver, Canada, and drove it to El Paso and it broke, it better not break down because the parts would not work for it. Ford was plagued with breakdowns in communication. People weren't working together. Circuit City facing difficult times. Instead of listening to their employees came up with this idea, we'll make the company work. But management was AOL. They were missing in action. They weren't listening. This is what all three of these companies have in common. A history of not listening to the people that work for them. Listening is essential. It's crucial. In fact, listening is the Swiss Army knife of organizational effectiveness. It is that. And when people listen in an organization, the organization benefits from the top down. When people feel heard, they're more willing to trust. When people feel heard, they're more willing to work together. So how do you do this? Don't wait for your company. Don't wait for your boss. You start a grassroots movement. You begin to listen. You model it for your team. You do it. You just listen and start that grassroots movement. There are 4 simple actions I'm going to give you that will help you become a great listener, and you can spread it on your team. You can spread the love around to everyone. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to listen patiently. Listen patiently. Put away your selfie stick. Don't make it about you. Make it about the other person. Focus on them. When we focus on the other person, something powerful happens and change takes place. The second thing is listen with your body. What is your body saying when you're listening to someone? Is it saying, I'm impatient, I'm in a hurry, I don't have time for this? Or is it saying, I'm open to you, I'm listening to what you have to say? Uncross your arms. Research says you'll actually retain more. Then listen with your voice. You know, you've heard the I'm hearing you say, don't do that. Make it really simple. Just read the person's mail. You're disappointed. You're excited. You're tired. You're ready to go home. So just simply hear and repeat what they're saying. Then listen with your mind. Our brain does this automatically. So we're enhancing the process by visualizing what we hear people say. We're picturing it in our mind. It's just that simple. So take these 4 concepts, put them on a sticky note, slap it on your computer, and every time you're getting ready to have a conversation with another person, rehearse this in your mind. See yourself doing this. This is what makes you a great listener. Ford had a new CEO, and the new CEO said, we're going to listen to each other every Thursday. And Ford began to make some changes. And the first thing they did was they began to come up with this novel idea, one Ford. The parts matched anywhere in the world, compatible. McDonald's said, we've got a problem. We need to start listening to each other. And most of all, we need to start listening to our customer. And they came up with the most amazing idea. Are you ready? They said, we're going to listen, learn, and lead. I wish I had thought that one up. Takes a rocket scientist, right? Now at McDonald's, you can get a salad, you can get fruit, and you can get oatmeal. And by the way, you can have my oatmeal. Finally, Circuit City, in a brilliant move, fired all their experienced workers and hired inexperienced workers so they could pay them minimum wage. Bad plan. Circuit City died of cardiac arrest. How about your organization? Are you listening? Do you need a checkup? Do you need some improvement? I want to challenge you to start a grassroots movement with your team and let those circles work out from there. Disrupt all of Oklahoma City by being a great listener, and let it be contagious. And folks, thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you some other time.